Shara is someone who goes around to laboratories around the world to find out what technology is on its way. Thank you for joining me this morning, Shara.
Hi, Mandy. It's great to be back on your show.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to talking to you throughout 2016. And today we're talking about facial recognition.
It's a great topic. Biometrics are going to be part of our everyday lives, whether it's recognizing our face or our fingerprints or our irises. Look out, they're coming very soon to your daily life.
Now, one application of this is through customs, and you call it a cooperative application.
Yeah, so when you go to customs in Australia, you have the opportunity to go through their smart gate system where you're matching up your passport with a picture that they're taking of you standing nice and pretty and still in front of a camera. And that's called a cooperative facial recognition system. And even with that, there's still a 20% failure rate sometimes between what you look like now and how you looked in the picture that's in your passport.
Right.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Where it gets really interesting is trying to detect faces in the crowd in real time. And I was recently speaking with a fellow by the name of Brian Lovell, and he's one of the world's top facial recognition experts who happens to be based in Australia.
Wow.
And he was talking to me about some of the work they're doing in his company where they're able to detect faces in moving crowds.
Wow.
So let's say you're at an airport, in a bus station, and there may be CCTV cameras mounted, let's say at angles or in different places. But trying to recognize people in real time might seem a bit daunting.
Yeah.
But they've developed software to be able to do that.
Wow.
And they're looking at what they call low-frequency features like the bone structure of your face.
Yes.
And they're able to detect who you are by checking it against external databases.
Right. What we'll do is we'll just have a very quick break and we'll talk more about how this kind of thing can be applied. And we're talking about facial recognition. We've talked about how it works perhaps for a customs application, but what other applications can we expect facial recognition to be used for in the future, Shara?
Well, obviously there are security applications, but where it's getting interesting is using this for marketing and demographics. For example, in a store, you might want to count the number of people who look at a billboard or your display and to see how many are guys, how many are females, approximately what are their ages, what were their facial reactions to the billboard or the display.
Wow.
Another interesting application is being able to recognize your VIP customers when they come in the door. So if you're a tiny shop owner, you might know your customers, but if you're a big store, how do you detect that your VIP customer has just walked in? And using facial recognition is one of the cutting-edge techniques that is being explored.
Wow.
So another application for facial recognition might be right at your front door. So let's say you have a webcam mounted. Well, sitting in front of your computer or your smartphone, constantly checking who might be near the front door of your house is a bit boring. But wouldn't it be nice to get an alert, maybe a text message, when your husband or your wife has arrived home or your kids walked in or somebody that you don't know is at your front door and having that sent to you?
Actually, that is the application that I like, when it's someone that is not recognised by the system.
So there are potential home monitoring and home security applications as well.
All right, and then there was payment authentication.
Now, I don't know of a commercial system yet, but they're being explored on the R&D side. So right now, fingerprints with, say, your iPhone are a way of using Apple Pay, but not every phone has fingerprint recognition, whereas most phones, and let's face it, in many stores, having a camera is not a big deal. What if you can recognize people through their face rather than through their fingerprint?
Wow. Thank you so much for your time, Shara. I love talking about the future with you.
Bye.